Hello, everyone. Um, this is my collection of eagles right now. It all started off with, I think it was this one. I got it because of the design, the cool eagle relief and everything. And from there, this is the latest one, and this is why I'm doing the video, is mainly this one. All these other ones are very substantial, made out of brass, solid. Even the little eagle that I did a video on recently, that sucker too is pretty solid. Um, these U.S. Military eagles, also very substantial, brass, solid. Even though these guys are probably like a cast zinc, body around it, I've never taken one apart, but it looks like it's sectional right there. Those are also substantial. This is just another one of those. And that's a cat lurking in the background because there's eagles. Now, this is the latest one. And it's very cheap. Pot metal surface, just like pressed. Even the Sparrow's tin that you get for the reload kit and everything is more substantial than that. You can kind of hear it in there. The spring mechanism is like an old wind-up clock spring type of thing. You used to see them on kids' cars where you would push the wheel forward a little bit and then hit a button and it would go. Well, the inner mechanism was just a coil piece of metal, like this is. It says double locking on it. And it has the double locking pawl, but there is nothing to engage that second one. I've looked in there with the light also. When you lock it, the mechanism has got a lot of play in the back here. It's one of their cheaper locks. I didn't know they made them, that inexpensive. It does work. Let me see if the camera can zoom in there. But if you can look right there there's nothing engaging. I don't know if it's going to do this properly and focus. Focus yourself. No, it's not going to cooperate. But anyways, I've looked with a flashlight down in here, and there's nothing engaging that second pawl. So that's kind of like false advertising. I don't know if that's a second locking mechanism thing either. Let me zoom back out. It works. You have to go over here all the way up to the top before you feel anything. There's absolutely nothing over here. Then up here is where you feel it. And man, that's quite a bit of force. It comes back with a pretty good amount of spring. My thumb was kind of in the way. Let me let it do it on its own. Pretty good. Thunk. That's the locking mechanism right there. You can actually even see that when you lock. There's so much room and slop in there. I'm going to try bypassing this thing later on. I just wanted to show you that. And you can hear it tink, 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 tink. Where this sucker's solid. I mean, it just feels more substantial. So, in terms of security or everything, this was probably one of their lower or lowest grade, product that they had there. I don't know when they were made, but it's pretty early. It's just a flat key. It doesn't have anything. I don't know if it's the original or not. Looks like it's got some bitting in here, like maybe 4 levers that it's trying to engage. Like I said, it's kind of a curtained thing too, so you have to get something that'll fit in there and be strong enough too. It's got to be strong enough too. But there's a good thing about having a key is you can make a bypass tool, to fit it exactly, to fit the shape exactly. So anyway, just want to share that with you. Also, I'll do an update on those tubular locks that I did, but I was messing with one of them and it's very hard to tension. This little rivet thing popped off. So I got the idea from Andy Mack of, like taking part of the key. Getting this thing off, I actually bent this further down. It's about to break. But getting this thing out of the, since I had two keys, getting that barrel out of that, it's usually just like pressed in, but it's got a notch that it falls into on either side. And I was going to try to use this thing as a tension wrench, where, it sits in the lock and you turn. But, no, that idea failed. And I've yet to pick that lock open. But anyway, there you go. Just a little Eagle update. And you never can tell, you look in a picture and you can't tell this thing is pot metal, or just pressed base metal. You really can't tell that. They could have taken this and painted it gold, and you would think, oh, that's brass. So it's kind of a buyer beware on those type of things. See, there's a lot of play in that. It's just really hokey dokey. You could probably just pop that rivet right there and go the backwards way into it. Just pop the shackle off that way. But anyway, that's all I got on that right now. Sorry it's not a picking video. It's just kind of like an ancient lock update. So if you go back in time, go for these other locks. If you want one, I'd recommend the Eagle 6-lever rather than the Eagle double locking, which is not really double locking. I mean, it's got, like I said, it's got a place for it to be double locking. And the other one, that Miller that I've had, it's double locking, but it actually has another lug that comes over here and grabs this side. So even if you bypass that, you'd still have to get this one too. It's still just holding the shackle from coming that way open. So either way works. But false advertising. So buyer beware if you go back in time.